A ticket for a trip on the MS Lydia from Venice to Cairo, some banknotes, and a passport. Blank. No personal info, no picture. Inch has brilliant contacts in the underworld. He knows the best counterfeiters, technicians, pickpockets, and con men. He remains anonymous, though. Most of them don't even know they're working for him. Mr. X, his contact in Cairo, probably doesn't have a clue who he is. My travel documents. I shouldn't have any trouble getting to Cairo now. Inch loves the spotlight and has a flair for the dramatic. Why else would he call himself the Raven? I don't like having to risk my own neck as part of his drama. What's the point of leaving messages for his opponent? A handy Swiss Army knife. A good friend gave it to me. Sometimes you can find useful things in a waste bin, but this one seems to have been emptied recently. The conductor from the train. He's keeping a watchful eye on his passengers and their luggage. The train's been held up, and he seems to want to prevent further delays. He'd see me if I tried to board the train. I don't think I can lure him away. One of the passengers would have to ask him for something. It would be best if I could get my hands on his clothes somehow. The conductor's uniform would be the ideal disguise. He'd see me if I tried to board the train. If I try to just get on the train, the conductor would probably stop me and might even turn me over to the police. I can't risk that. Even if I was able to distract the conductor and slip onto the train, I'd stick out like a sore thumb with these shabby clothes. I have to find something more suitable. If I try to just get on the train, I can't risk that. This is the saloon car, fully furnished with a bar and all the niceties. The ladies and gentlemen would have a fit if I just waltzed in there wearing these clothes. I can't board the train like this. I'd stick out like a sore thumb, and they'd throw me off without a second thought. I can't board the train. There probably isn't a single newspaper between Moscow and Madrid that's not reporting on the burglary. I'm famous. Unfortunately, not for the sort of elegantly executed theft I'd like to be known for. The crate must have had bananas or something in it. It's empty now. It's built out of thin wooden boards. Probably didn't have to bear much weight. Burglary in British Museum, 1 casualty, 5,000 pounds damage, culprit unknown. Return of the Raven? I'd have escaped anyway, but Inch just couldn't resist playing with dynamite. I hope the security guard recovers soon. A leather bag like the ones used by country doctors for carrying their equipment. If I swipe the bag, it'd cause confusion while people look for it, and I might be able to sneak onto the train. The only problem is, I can't take the bag with me. Not a chance. The doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend would have no choice but to arrest me, and then we'd have a real problem. Some of the passengers got off the train to stretch their legs, but this man started his journey right here in Zurich. He waited a good 10 minutes for the train and began to get impatient. Judging by the bag, he's a doctor. He radiates self-confidence, almost arrogance. They won't let me ride along in the freight car, not even if I ask nicely. As soon as I'm on the train, I need to find a way to sneak into the freight car. I have to take one thing at a time, though. I could probably pry the bottom boards off without too much effort. They're thin, and the nails are short. Perfect. It looks like a normal crate. It's now or never.
Hey, you! Scram!
Yes, sir. Let the games begin.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Can't you see that I am talking to the constable?
The train is leaving in a few minutes, sir. I have to ask you to board it now.
We should get on. Perhaps we'll be able to continue our conversation during the trip.
I won't stand in the way. Oh, where's my bag?
You left it right there.
I know that. I want to know where it is now.
I don't know. I'll look for it right away. If you gentlemen would get on the train in the meantime...
I will hold you and your employers liable for this.
I'm sure he'll find the bag. Come on, Dr. Gebhardt. I will help you with your luggage.
Fine.
The conductor doesn't really seem to know where to search for the lost bag. Finding a particular piece of luggage at a railway station is like finding a needle in a haystack. You seem to be searching for something. Can I help?
Go away. There's no money to be earned here.
That's not what I mean. I just thought, if you're looking for a brown bag...
Why? Did you steal one?
If that were true, I wouldn't be offering to help you. I saw a little blonde boy take the bag. He ran off with it, over there.
Really? Thanks.
Isn't that the bag?
Where?
Nothing personal. No! Oh, man!
Let me have a look.
Damn, I can't let the professor see me. I shadowed him for days in London. He might recognize me.
Calm down. See what I can do.
My ticket, some money, and my passport that I need to fill out in Venice. Blank passports are easy to get. A lot of people in Italy after the war needed new passports. They couldn't go to the authorities. The Raven's message for the great Nicholas Legrand. I'd like to believe that it's important, but Inch would probably risk my life for a bad joke. There are several special keys on the keychain. This one should open the cabin door from outside. Lucky for me that I have the key and the people outside don't. That way the locked door will keep them at bay a little while longer. He doesn't give up easily. Professor Lucien is at the door, and he won't give up until he opens it. That means I need another way out of here. Professor Lucien is at the door, and he won't give up until he opens it. That means I need Professor Lucien seems to travel light. The Baroness's luggage takes up half a freight car. I don't think that the suitcase or the bag contain anything that could help me out. I better leave as little evidence as possible. My God, I barely look like myself. I'm not as good as the Raven at slipping into other roles. He's had decades to perfect it. Whatever. It'll be good enough for the people on the train. The sink. The sink. No, that won't help me now. Professor Lucien hasn't slept a single night in the cabin yet. The towel is unused. If I twisted it, then I'd have a sort of rope. It was the only window that was open in the station, so it was a good way to get onto the train. And now, it might be my only way out. The window to the right should be the Baroness's cabin, and the one on the left is the saloon car. The roof could be my escape route. That's the Baroness's cabin. Itch is probably with her. I wouldn't mind jumping through the window and giving them both the surprise of a lifetime, but then the Baroness would freak out, and Itch would be forced to report the event to the police. This is the saloon car. The coal car and an old-fashioned steam engine are in front of it. There must be someone in the saloon car, and they'd see me if I climbed along the side of the train. If I stand up, my head is level with the roof, but the roof is too slanted and smooth to climb. Those are air ducts or something, but I can't reach them with my hands. Those are... twisted the towel to make it into a sort of rope. You have to be able to improvise, as my master used to say. There's nothing quite like traveling on a train. Ventilation shaft supplies the freight car with fresh air. It also seems big enough to climb through. I'd say I found my way in. The cover has 2 hinges on the back. It's possible to open it, but the 2 screws on the front hold it closed. I can't see anything but the rear of the car through the slots, and that won't do. What I really need is a view of the front. The cover has 2 hinges, but the 2 screws on the front hold it closed. delivery man. The safe is guarded by my old friend, the Bobby from London. Even he would be curious to see a conductor in the freight car. The safe is guarded. Even he would be curious to see a conductor. Looks like a toolbox. Ugh. It's secured with a heavy padlock. I'm not bad at picking locks, but I don't have my equipment with me, and everything's rocking and moving in here. Given these conditions, it'd take a while to pick the lock. That makes it too risky. I'm not bad at picking locks, given these conditions. I should be able to move about freely in the train, as long as I keep away from Professor Lucien. The other guests don't know me, and conductors change several times during the journey. A new face shouldn't seem suspicious to anyone.
Young man,
Yes, sir?
tell me, when did they switch to self-service on the Orient Express? Should they not have informed the passengers about that in advance?
Forgive me, sir. I was...
And what about my bag? Did your colleague find it?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know.
I expected as much. There will be consequences. And now, bring me my coffee.
Of course, sir. Asshole. Huh. A dish with old people's candy. Butterscotch, I think. I don't really like butterscotch. I prefer fruity, sour flavors. Sour puts a smile on your face. Locked. Let's see. It fits. Huh. A lot of odds and ends. A hairnet, batteries, a half pack of cigarettes, an unused toothbrush. The bartender probably has to serve as a jack of all trades, like a concierge in a hotel. So, is there anything useful? Here we go. A small shaving mirror. No, I don't need anything else. The mirror's so small I can hardly imagine how you'd shave with it, especially on a moving train. Even pigs get to drink from the finest porcelain. If I mess with the doctor, I might blow my cover, so I'll have to grin and bear it and serve our esteemed passenger his coffee. If I mess with the doctor, so I'll have to... A small portable radio. The reception is surprisingly good here in the mountains. I won't be able to use the radio, but the antenna, on the other hand, a thin, short metal rod that can be extended. Something like that might come in handy. There's still some coffee left. Thin, short metal rod that can be extended. Something like that always comes in handy. A cup of coffee for the gentleman.
Do you know what the problem with people like you is?
You mean our lack of a sense of duty, or our skin color? Or a lack of respect for our elders? We have so many flaws. Wine, champagne, gin, brandy, and whiskey. The richest snobs take the same medicine as the poorest slobs. Some people would need a drink to steady their nerves, doing what I'm doing, but not me. I want a clear head if I'm going to get this envelope onto the safe. Okay, if that's how it has to be, that should do it. That did the trick. Huh, the butterscotch on the tip of the antenna is sticky as hell. Okay, the candy is so sticky that it should hold the mirror without any trouble. Haha, as I expected, it sticks. That's what I call DIY. The mirror is stuck to the top of the antenna, which I can extend about 60 centimeters. That's what I call the mirror. Safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. I can shimmy down the shaft and hit him on the head from behind. Uh-oh.
Are you okay, Robert?
Calling your report, sir.
At ease.
Any suspicious passengers come aboard in Zurich, sir?
Not really. It could be anyone unknown. But we've received support from the Swiss police. A certain Constable Zeller.
Oh?
Very motivated. Might get on our nerves.
That limits my options. I can't overpower two people, and I don't think I'll be able to slip into the carriage unseen after all. Oh, there has to be a way. I have to keep Inch happy. How do I get you onto the safe? Or on top of it? The safe is directly beneath the ventilation shaft. And Inch said something about a blackout and a tunnel. I could use the moments of confusion and darkness to toss the letter onto the safe. Might work, as long as I manage to open the ventilation shaft and choose the right moment. Legrand has retired to a dark corner, and the Bobby is hiding behind some boxes. Legrand obviously set a trap for the Raven. Unfortunately, the Raven knows. Is that what this is about? Does Inch just want to mock Legrand? I don't believe that anything really changed down there. The cover has two hinges, but the two screws on the front hold it closed. I don't believe that anything really changed down there. surprised that anything really changed down there.
Hey, my pistol!
You'll get it back in Venice. Frightening me like that. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past my window.
Be off with you.
Oh, man.
Ah, I can use these.
Phew, that was close. He left the lock open. How convenient. Let's see. Wrench, you don't say. This is too easy. I don't think I need anything else from the toolbox, and if I do, I know where to find it. A wrench from the toolbox should be useful.